What's up, guys? I'm getting my gear ready to go to a buddy's tomorrow. He's checking out one of the guitars I have. But as I'm pulling my stuff out, I'm starting to realize that I have some duplications in the collection a little bit. And I thought it would be interesting to compare two guitars of mine. One is this Schecter Van Nuys, which is an incredible guitar. This one's made in Indonesia, so it's not one of the high-end kind of USA made ones, but a very, very, very cool guitar. But I also have this Shije, let me hold this up, TM5, and it's made in China. And I know a lot of times you see guys in the forums or on YouTube videos or whatever, and Chinese guitars are trash, blah, blah, blah. So my thought was, okay, how do they compare in build quality? So a pretty popular brand with Schecter versus kind of a newer brand out of China. The insane thing is, you could, if your eyes were shut, you'd swear it was the same builder. They both have roasted necks. The specs are very similar, two humbuckers. Both have a two-post trem. Both of them have locking tuners on the back, which you can see. Very, 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 very similar. Like side by side, these are like comically similar. Obviously the finish is different, but I think it's safe to say that Chinese made guitars are getting better and better and better and better. And I said this actually in a conversation with Glenn Fricker a few weeks back, but a CNC machine, once calibrated, is a CNC machine. And so regardless of where it is on planet Earth, as long as it's cut properly with the program, you're pretty good to go. And so you're talking about the differences at the end of the process, like who is QCing these things. Is the fit and finish good at the end, or is it good enough that you can at least get it to a tech and salvage something? But I can say dollar for dollar, the Shije is as good as the Schecter in every capacity. The only thing I will say is the profile on this particular Schecter is probably a little bit more modern, so that the radius is a little higher, I think, than the Shije is. And so it feels a tiny bit easier to play, but I think it's just the nature of the build itself. But spec to spec, these things are very, very, very close. And so if anybody is thinking about getting one of the Shije guitars, they are worth the money for sure. I would probably, for a similar style guitar, go with that over any of the Fenders that I've experienced or own in that price range. The Schecter is interesting because it's on a 5-way blade and splits that way. With the Shije, it's done a little differently, where it's a 3-position blade, but it's also coil tap or coil split. I'm not sure if it's a series parallel thing or not, but very interesting. I do like on the Shije, the neck adjustment is done here more like an Ernie Ball, where the Schecter is kind of more of a traditional approach with it being done at the top here. But I've just got the guitar currently plugged in to Logic, and I've got an instance of Neuro's Morgan, which is a killer plugin. But so you can hear a little bit of sounds if I turn it on. That's neck, you've got bridge. Very, very nice. We'll quickly flip over to the Shije so you can hear kind of the difference. I can hear Glenn's voice saying there will be no difference because pickups don't matter. Excuse the noise. The Shije's pickups are higher output, so they are warmer. It's more obvious on the clean tones. The Schecter's a little brighter, a little more pokey in its frequencies, which is nice for kind of lower gain things. The Shije I would probably prefer in a high gain scenario because it pushes the amp a little bit harder. Anyways, so they're both killer. I wouldn't pick one necessarily over the other. I think they both do things a little differently, but build quality, there's nothing I can say bad about the Shije. Like I said, Chinese guitars are definitely getting better and better and better, and this is no exception. Fit and finish is wicked, paint scheme is wicked, the pack looks awesome, neck is good, both are great. I don't know, maybe they're made in the same factory. Well, probably not, I guess. One's in Indonesia, but it feels like they could have been. But anyways, that's a quick one for you today. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Have Chinese guitars caught up? Or are they getting there? Or are they still trash? Who knows? You guys be the judge. Okay, bye.